much, Teacher Harry. I am trust. Yes, yes. Thank you very much, Teacher Harry. And dear children, I am Teacher Trust Mutekwa from Zimbabwe. I, of course, am privileged and happy to be Zimbabwe's proudest teacher after going through that development, top 50 finalist for the Global Teacher Prize. And I was among the 5 teachers from Africa.
Yes, that's really a great privilege to be among the top 5 teachers from African continent.
What is the source of inspiration for you to become a teacher?
Oh, thank you very much. I was in grade 3. I was in grade 3 at my school. Then I wanted to be a motor mechanic. Then my teacher took a long time to show me the engine of his car. Then I said, oh, teacher, why are you taking all the time to explain or to show me the engine of your car? So now I don't want to be a motor mechanic. I am going to be a teacher so that all my students who want to be motor mechanics will see the engine of the car very soon before they leave school. So from that time, I thought it was going to be for a short time, but it became a wish for a life to be a teacher for me.
Yeah, that's really inspirational story. Yes, Sindhuja, it's your turn.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you, sir?
Yeah, I'm very fine. Thank you for talking to me. I'm happy.
Okay, Sindhuja.
This is Sindhuja, a 6th grader. I would like a question, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
How did you feel when you were featured among top 50 best teachers?
Thank you very much. I was very, very happy. Why? Because I needed only 5 people to raise their hands and I could count the 50 teachers in the world. And for me, it was a very big experience, and because I was the first teacher in my country to have such an honor.
Friends, please give him a big hand, please. All of you, give him a big hand.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, next, Radhika Priya, it's your turn. Radhika Priya.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Good to see you.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir.
Hello. How are you?
I am fine, sir. How about you?
I am very, very fine. I'm happy to see you.
Thank you, sir. This is Radhika Priya, a 6th grader. I would like to ask you a question, sir.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Please ask. I'm happy.
How do you train your students to solve computer problems that other students and teachers can't?
Okay. Thank you very much. Teacher had told you about my students. I know my students are blind, but teaching them how to work with the computers, I take it to be a very, very easy task. How do I do that? I talk about the computer as a house. So in your house, I say, okay, there is that corner for your bed. There is that corner for your table. And there is that corner for your chair. Now I want you to go for that corner with your bag. Inside your bag, there is a wallet. inside your wallet, there is money, there is a pen, there is a ruler. So as they are navigating on the computer, they will see all those folders we will have created for them. They will be working like they are walking inside a house. Because you know what? People are afraid of computers. They think it's something which is very complicated. So for me to simplify that, I just check it in the language they understand it in their everyday language. We can work with names of places. You can say, okay, a computer is just like a country, like India. Okay, let's visit Mumbai. Let's visit Maharashtra. Let's visit Delhi. So something like that. So when we are visiting those cities, we say, let's find interesting places. As we are doing so, we are visiting our work on the computer. And from there, we just work like anyone.
Sir, welcome to India.
Hello, hello. Hello, how are you?
I am fine, sir. What about you?
I'm very fine and I'm happy to talk to you.
My name is Saiti, a sixth grader. I would like to ask a question, sir. Do you advocate play method to teach special students?
Oh, yes, a lot, a lot. When we are working with the learners with the special needs, some of them could be in pain, some of them could be affected by health problems. And even some of them be affected by their special need conditions, their special needs or their conditions, maybe impairments. So we need to have a lot of fun as we do our learning. So we have a lot of play. Sometimes we do music, sometimes we do art and craft, and we do a lot of activities that make sure everyone is enjoying learning.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. What about you?
I'm very, very fine.
My name is Sindhu, a sixth grader. I would like to ask a question, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Please go ahead.
What has been your successful formula to deal with the special students?
Oh, thank you very much. Um, there is one thing I discovered about the students. I realized that every one of them, despite their condition, every one of them is a particular talent, is a particular ability, a special talent, a special ability. So what I do is I discover their talents, I discover their interests. Then I work with their talents, their interests. Then I encourage them. Each time I encourage them in whatever they are able to do, they end up doing many things. They end up being able to do a lot of things. And after that, I encourage them even to interact with other children, to go to other places so that they fit in the society and they are happy people like anyone else. Because before they have a chance to come to school, most of them would be maybe inside their house, kept away from the rest of the people. But when they are good at doing what they do, we encourage them and we go places with them.
What special qualities are needed to special needs?
Thank you very much. From the beginning, I thought there was no special quality in anybody, but as I grew to be a teacher, I realized, oh, one needs to like what he is doing. One needs to like what she is doing. So if you like what you do, you are going to be successful. There is nothing difficult, nothing at all difficult. As long as you like what you do, as long as you enjoy what you do, you will be successful in whatever you do. And working with children with disabilities will be very easy and enjoyable for you.
Yes.
Hi sir, this is Subramania Srinivas,
a seventh grade student. I would like to ask a question, sir. Can I ask, sir?
Yes, please.
What kind of innate abilities that you usually observe in the students of special needs?
Thank you very much. I will give you an example of learners with the visual impairments, particularly those who are blind with no sight at all. I have seen in them that they have use of their hearing a lot. They use their hearing a lot, which means they listen and they can master voices. They can even follow music, and they can even become very good musicians. And some of them, instead of you teaching them how to play musical instruments, they can learn on their own by listening. They are hearing. They use their hearing. I'm not saying their hearing is extraordinary. It's just like anyone is hearing, but they use it. If we decide to use our hearing like them, oh, we'll have excellent hearing, and we will have maybe good qualities in music like they have.
This is Nitvika, a sixth grader. I would like to ask one question, sir.
Yo, thank you. Please go ahead.
What has been your unforgettable moment with your special students?
Oh, thank you very much. All my years as a child, I have never been on an aeroplane. The first time I was on an aeroplane, I was traveling from my country, Zimbabwe, to the United States of America. Why? It was because my students were part of the World Children's Festival. They were invited to perform at the World Children's Festival. So as their teacher, I had to accompany them. So I will never forget such an experience, because it was the first time I had a chance to fly, and the first time my students could carry me to an event like the World Children's Festival. So for me, I realized as a student, I did not do that. As a student teacher, I did not do that. As an adult, I did not do that. But my students could afford that, no matter they were blind. I was very happy. I will never forget that.
Could you please share your vision to serve the disabled students spread across the whole African continent?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's my big dream. Why? Because I believe, no, it's not like I believe. Now I know, because I have experienced it. I know that it is very, very easy for a learner who is blind to learn how to work with a computer. It is very easy. I know that. I have experienced that. Now, it is very possible for me to work with teams of teachers to make sure that every child in every country is able to work with a computer, no matter he or she is blind. So that's what I want to see. I only need people who appreciate it, and we go together. It's possible. I'm going to be happy if it happens as soon as possible. Maybe in a year, if we reach out to 3 or 4 countries, it's very possible.
So, how many countries you have already visited in the African continent?
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Visited, like in Africa, I've been to 3 countries. And the first time I was in Botswana, I was at a school called Mochudi Center for the Blind. I had an experience with them, but it was before I ventured into teaching of computers for the blind. No, I just went there and I enjoyed their music. I saw them working with their computers, but I just looked at them because it was before I had the passion and the skill to teach them how to work with the computers. Then this time I'm in Rwanda. I'm just about a month old. but very soon I'm going to know where they have children with visual impairments, and very soon I will be all over Africa after a very good story in Rwanda. I know very soon we are going to have a beautiful story about computer skills for the blind.
Your successful story definitely take you to all over the African continent, not just African continent. Your services are needed even in Asia too. You are most welcome to India too.
Thank you, teacher Hari.
Okay, Trust, I have a question for you. Actually, you are good at even music and computer science and many other things you are good at. And how do you integrate computer knowledge with that of music? Because it's quite opposite for me. And how do you integrate these two different subjects?
Our secret, boys and girls, our secret is in, do you see my fingers? Do you see my fingers? Yes, good. These ones, if you play a piano, they are the fingers you are using. And if my students are working on the braille machine, they are using the 4 fingers. If my students are working on the mbira instruments, they are using, well, they are not on the mbira instrument, they are not using the 4 fingers, but they are working with 4 keys. Okay, they are working with the 4 keys. Now, when we go to the computer, we are going with the 4 keys and we are working with the 4 fingers. Like on the computer keyboard, if you look at your computer keyboard, you see A, S, D, F, J, K, L, semi. So that way, when we activate the speech software on your computer, you can activate the narrator. When the computer is speaking, you can close your eyes and you try playing A, S, D, F, J, K, L, semicolon, A, S. So as you play the keys, the sound will be coming. So I'm saying, if you are a musician, you are playing a particular key, and the sound is coming. On the computer, you are playing a particular key, and the sound is coming. That's our advantage. So we will be playing those keys. And one thing I want to share with you, this thing, you know it, but sometimes you see it, but you don't think about it, or maybe you are not aware of it. If you look at the keys of your computer, on the keys F and J, look at your computer right now. On F and J, there are landmarks there. There are some bumps. You see, on F and J, those ones are our landmarks for the fingers, for anyone who is not using the eyes. So for someone who is blind, they go on the left side of the space bar, on the right side of the space bar. That's line number 1. We go into line number 2. We go into line number 3. Just as we get into line number 3, we draw like closer to we go inner. Then we feel for F and J, and every other finger lays on position. From there, we teach touch typing, and from touch typing, now we will be working with computer keyboard shortcuts. Shortcuts are like when we want to minimize, we don't go to the corner, or when we want to close the document, we don't go to the corner to look for the for that X. No, we will using shortcuts. Those shortcuts enable those with the visual impairments to work without depending on sight or depending on the cursor. So those shortcuts make life easy, and as they make life easy, they can make life easy for someone who is sighted. Now I work with shortcuts, although I am sighted, because it's a way of doing things in a short way, in an efficient way, and in an enjoyable way.
Really a great success. So I have a last question for you. You have been teaching for these kids, those who are with the special needs, but it's not easy for the teacher to deal with them, because you need a lot of patience and a lot of skills and to teach the students. What qualities you think are needed for any teacher to deal with the special students or some ordinary mainstream school students? What kind of qualities are needed for the teacher who deal with the special students as well as the mainstream schools?
I will give you an example. I'm a new person in Rwanda. Because I am new to the language. If I go to a village where I have speakers of the local language and I don't understand the local language, I am as good as a newborn baby because I don't have language. See, so there is one thing we have to understand now is, do you know the child? So you have to know the child. Knowing the child, knowing the conditions, then the characteristics, the interest of the child. Maybe that child is looking at you, is not smiling at you, but is a happy child. Sometimes you think, oh, the child is angry. The moment you think he's angry, you also react the same way, but yet the child is happy. So the moment you know each other, you can work together. The moment you know each other and you talk the same language. It's so interesting. My students we had a language which was very, very unique. I understood my students and they understood me very well. Each day I would open the door, just opening the door to get into the classroom. They could tell I was not happy or I was sick or I was happy. They could tell just by holding the door handle and pushing it. So they could understand me. They could understand me in a very big way. So understanding each other is what will make you possible. That is what will allow you to work together. You work together and you converse during the journey and you enjoy the journey. So the process of learning, when you have students you understand, when you have students who understand you, when you have friends, you are more than family. You enjoy your learning and everything becomes successful.
Yes. So what are the 3 qualities that you suggest a teacher should imbibe to teach the students?
Woo, yay! One is passion for the job you are doing. One needs to have passion for the job. 2, you have to be self-motivated. I would tell you, teaching is a very good profession, but in many countries, it is not a rewarding profession. So where do you get the profession? What keeps you going if you have to look after a family and you are working where you are not paid? So you need to motivate yourself. So you have to have passion, you have to motivate yourself. And you said something about patience. Yes, you have to be patient. Why? Because maybe it may take you a long time to develop a skill with a particular student. Now, when we have results, because a teacher needs to see results, the child needs to see results, but you have to wait where you have to wait. So you need to have patience. And there are so many issues that are not related to the student. Maybe you have achieved something with your students. You have maybe mastered a skill like playing a musical instrument. You are playing at your school every day in the hall, but you need a chance maybe to showcase to the next province, to the next school, or to the country, or overseas. But you may not have a chance in a long time, and the students may leave school before they have a chance to travel, yet they are very good. So you need to have patience as a teacher, because some chances may never come your way during a generation or a season with some students.
Yes, that's really, I do agree with you, everything. And these days, actually, you must have experience that the shortage of what we call it, the infrastructure facilities. The government might not be in a position to provide you the basic infrastructure facilities. Do you think that the basic infrastructure facilities deprive of a teacher who is committed to teach the students? And do you think that the lack of infrastructure facilities take away the teachers' interest from teaching the students?
No. A lack of infrastructure, lack of resources you may need to use every day in the classroom lack of even motivation from families of students, lack of motivation from your own family as a teacher, anything, there should be nothing to stop you. You as a teacher in special needs, or as a teacher in general, you are someone who is building bridges and breaking all the barriers. So nothing should stand between you and the success you need. As a teacher, you are a parent, you are the policeman, and I'm saying you are representing the president of your own country, you are representing the mayor of your own country, you are representing whoever is the leader in your country. You are between the children and everyone who should make things happen. So that way, no one is standing before you or standing on your way. Face that person until you have the result. It's what I've been doing in the past 15 years at St. Giles Special School, and we have been going places and doing things. Thank you very much. I'm happy.
Yes, thank you so much for being with us. Before we end this session, could you please give a final message to my students?
Guys, I'm happy to see you. I'm going to see you again. I'm happy. You are very blessed to have Teacher Hari as your teacher. You are very blessed to have Teacher Hari as your teacher. Now, Teacher Hari has been to America. Teacher Hari has been doing a lot of things. We have a role model in us, in Teacher Hari every day. But if you look at him, he is a man I have been describing in breaking barriers and building bridges. So everything is possible in your life as long as you need it. It's going to happen. It's going to be possible. Today, he asked for this meeting, and I agreed. But just before the meeting, there was a lot of rain here, and we did not have connectivity. We lost connectivity. But because Teacher Hari is a bridge builder, the network came back and it respected him. So whatever you need, guys, do it. Whatever you dream, do it. Whatever you wish to have it. Think positive and go ahead.